Students, we are now in part 2 session. In this session, I am going to start the exercise 7.2. This exercise is fully based off volume. Okay, first we'll see the definition of volume. Volume means it refers to the amount of space occupied by an object. Students, if you take one water bottle, if I'm asking you how much liter of water it will hold, if I ask what you will say? You will say 1 liter or half liter, like that you will be saying the answer, isn't it? So how will you saying it hold 1 liter or half liter? So according to the amount of space which is going to occupy by the bottle, we will say it will hold 1 liter or half liter, like that we'll be saying. So which means volume means what? The space occupied by an object. Clear? If you see in part 1 session, we have learned about the area. Area in the sense we have learned about total surface area and as well as curved surface area we have learned. So the area will be measured in square units. I told you there, isn't it? Now the volume will be measured in cubic units. It is very important. At the final answer, when they are asking volume, you have to write centimeter cube or meter cube, like that you have to write it in the answer in cubic units. Clear, students? I hope you all understood the part 1 session, isn't it? And also all of you have written the tabular column which is given in your book, the formulas. Yes, in that formula, in the tabular column itself, you will be having for the separately one column for volume. So again, you no need to write the volume formulas, already you have written in your classwork, or else you can refer your book also. Clear? Now we'll start the exercise 7.2 first problem. Students, for this exercise 7.2, all the questions you are going to refer your maths book. Okay, for each problem you refer your question in the book itself and not written the question in the board. Okay, now take your book and you have to see exercise for 7.2 first problem. Okay, I am going to read the question now. Listen it carefully. 14-meter deep well. Okay, well means I think you all know, isn't it? Okay, 14-meter depth deep well with inner diameter 10 meter is dug and the earth is taken out evenly spread all around the well to form an embankment of width 5 meter. Find the height of the embankment. Students, I am going to tell you what they are saying in the question. In the question, one man is inside the well. Okay, he is digging the sand. After at one point, some sand will be inside. No, he is digging. Okay, that sand is taking and is put here and is spreading everywhere. Okay, well means it will be in the shape of cylinder. We all know, isn't it? Now as if it is the ground level. Now the man is inside. Okay, for each time he cannot able to climb up and he can put the sand and again he cannot able to go. So inside itself is standing, taking the mud and spreading all around. Okay, in the shape of a cylinder, everywhere he is spreading. Okay, at one point if you see, it has become like an embankment. Okay, now that only they were saying in the question. So how much height he had made the embankment? That is the question. Clear all of you? How much height he had made the embankment? Students, if you listen here, what he is doing is taking the well mud and is making the embankment, which means how much the volume of the well, which is equal to what? Volume of the embankment. Isn't it? So inside how much mud is taking, that mud only is using for the making the embankment. Isn't it? So volume of the well, okay, which is equal to volume of the embankment. Clear, students, all of you? Now, the question they have given, what are the given? I have written separately. Empakment means, see here, you are getting a hollow cylinder. Okay, I told you in the previous part 1 session itself, for cylinder, another cylinder if you are having, that is the hollow cylinder I told you. Isn't it? Now, some of the values they have given in the question, I will read and show you what are the values they have given. Students, they are saying 14-meter deep well with inner diameter 10 meter is dug. Okay, so now the well height what they have given 14 meter, and first I am going to talk about well. Okay, well it is in the shape of cylinder. So well height they have given 14 meter, and they are saying here diameter is 10 meter. Okay, well means inner diameter. Inner diameter will be taking it as small r. The outer diameter will be taking it as what? Outer radius will be taking it as capital R. Isn't it? Where diameter d is equal to 10 meter. From that we can find radius r equal to 10 by 2, which is 5 meter. Okay, these are the values they have given in the question. Similarly for empakment. Empakment means hollow cylinder, they have given some value, which is they have given width. Okay, the thickness of the empakment width they have given as what means 5 meter. Okay, already the radius of the well we know it is 5 meter. So from year to year if you are adding, that is our capital R. Isn't it? So capital R, how I am going to do is outer radius capital R equal to inner radius plus width. So small r plus w. So small r is 5, w width is also 5. So 5 plus 5 is 10 meter. Okay, now capital R we have got 10 meter. Now we have to find the height of the empakment. So height h is equal to question mark. Okay, now what I have written there, volume of the sand in the well. How much sand in the well? That sand only I am using to make the embankment outside above the ground level. Isn't it? That man is putting the mud first here, then here, like that is like a cylinder, how the outer shape like that is spreading everywhere. After some time it has become some height. That height only we have to find. Clear? So volume of the sand in the cylinder is equal to volume of the sand in the embankment. Okay, the same sand is using to make the embankment. So only I have written volume of sand in well. Well means what shape here? Cylinder. That I have written in the bracket, which is equal to volume of sand in embankment. Embankment means here hollow cylinder. Clear the difference cylinder and hollow cylinder? Yes. Volume of the cylinder formula is pi r square h. What is the volume of the cylinder? Pi r square h is equal to pi, hollow cylinder formula is pi capital R square minus small r square into h. Okay, the same formula only students for hollow cylinder also. For hollow cylinder we all know we are having two radius. One is bigger outer radius and another one is inner radius, we all know, isn't it? So since we are having two radius, the outer radius minus inner radius, the same h we are writing. Okay, so next here also the pi I am having, here also I am having pi, so we can cancel the pi. Clear? So in the next step, small r what we are having there down 5. R square means so 5 into 5 into height of the well. Height of the well is 14 is equal to capital R. Outer radius I have got 10. So in the place of R 10 square minus inner radius small r is 5. So 5 square into height we don't know. We finally only we have to find 5 into 5 into 14, 10 square is 100, 5 square is 25 into h. So 5 into 5 into 14 is equal to 100 minus 25 is 75h. I need h, height only no, so I am taking the 75 to the denominator. So I am cancelling in the 75 and 5 table I am cancelling, I am getting 15. Again I am cancelling this 5 and 15, I am getting 3. So height is equal to 14 by 3 I have got. So when you are dividing 14 by 3, what answer will I get? 4.67. That is the answer I am getting. That is the height. Okay, so therefore the height of the embankment is equal to 4.67 meter. Okay, you can ask me, ma'am, you said volume means cubic units, but in the final answer I am not finding the volume, I am just finding the height alone. So first height and all you should not put meter cube or meter square, just meter alone you have to put. When the final answer you are writing in volume, that time only you have to write centimeter cube or meter cube, like that cubic units you have to write. Clear students, all of you, the first question. Next we'll see the third question. See the question. If the circumference of a conical wooden piece is 484 centimeter, then find its volume when its height is 105 centimeter. Students, they are talking about what in this third question? What shape they are talking? They are talking about conical wooden piece. So conical wooden piece means what? It will be in the shape of a cone. They are saying that the circumference of a conical wooden piece is 484 centimeter. So cone circumference means usually we have to see the bottom, which is the base. Here what is the base we are having for cone? It is a circle. Okay, so circumference of the circle value we have given in the question as 484 centimeter. Okay, and we were asking to find the volume of the cone. Okay, what they were asking, find volume alone they have given. Volume is nothing but what? For what we have to find the volume? For the cone we have to find the volume. Then also they have given height is 105 centimeter. Height of the cone is 105 centimeter they have given. Clear? All of you clear about the third question? Yes. Now we are talking here about cone. The height of the cone h is equal to 105 centimeter they have given, and we are talking about circumference. So it will have to see the bottom. So the bottom in the cone is what? Circle. So circumference of the base is what? Circle. Circumference of the circle formula is what? I think this formula you are learning from the very lower class from 6th standard onwards, isn't it? Circumference of the circle formula is 2 pi r. What is the circumference of the circle? 2 pi r. Clear? Student, this formula and all they are not given in your tabular form. Okay, these are the very basic formula you have learned from the lower class, isn't it? So circumference of the base is nothing but it is a circle. So circumference of the circle formula is 2 pi r, and for the value they have given us 484. So 2 pi r is equal to 484. Using this circumference we have to find the radius r we have to find. See how we are finding. 2 into pi is 22 by 7 into radius is equal to 484. I need only the radius, so I am keeping the radius alone. I am cross multiplying this 7 and this 2 into 22 I am dividing. See, 22 and 484 if I cancel, I am getting 242. Okay, so then this will come here 11 times. Again I am cancelling this 2 and 242 means I am getting 121. Again I am cancelling this 11 and 121 means I am getting 11. So here 11 is there, here 7 is there. So 11 into 7 is 77 centimeter. That is the radius. Clear? Now we have got the radius value for the cone and as well as height of the cone they itself are given. So therefore the radius r is 77 centimeter. Students, in the question they are asking what? Find the volume. So we are using volume of the cone formula. Students, volume of the cone formula is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Students, in first problem we have seen volume of the cylinder formula, isn't it? Volume of the cylinder formula, what I told? Pi r square h alone. Volume means in that you have to put 1 by cone. Volume of a cone means in that you have to put 1 by 3. Clear? Don't make the formulas very complicated. Make it simply. How can you easily memorize like that? You have to think. What ma'am told? cylinder means pi r square h volume. Cone means 1 by 3 pi r square h. That's it. Okay. Now volume of a cone formula is 1 by 3 pi r square h. 1 by 3 into pi value is 22 by 7. Radius, we have got radius is 77. Since we are having r square, so 77 into 77 into height they have given us 105. Here I am cancelling everything. After I am getting what are the values in the numerator means 22, 11 into 77 into 35. After I am multiplying all the four values, I will get 6,52,190 centimeter cube. That is the volume of a cone. Clear, students? All of you, the third question. Students, fourth question we'll see now. See your book, all of you, for the question. I am going to read the question from the book. So you also see the question in the book. Only then you can understand what I am saying. Listen the book. See the question. A conical container is fully filled with petrol. Okay. Now consider this is the conical container. This full cone is filled with what? Petrol. That is the first line they are saying. The radius is 10 meter. Radius is 10 meter. And height is 15 meter. Okay. As I told in the part 1 session itself, for cone you will be having two height. Isn't it? One is slant height, this height, and another one is the normal height h. But when we are talking about volume, we no need the slant height itself. Okay, so here the height they are saying means that is the h only. Okay, next. If the container can release the petrol through its bottom at the rate of 25 cubic meter per minute. Students, what they are saying is, they are taking one cone. That cone is filled with petrol, and they are going to release the petrol. Okay, and they are going to release the petrol through the bottom. This bottom they are going to open, and they are going to release the petrol which is filled in the cone. Students, how they are going to release means at the rate of 25 cubic meter per minute. Okay, per minute how much petrol is releasing means 25 cubic meter per minute it is releasing. Okay, so in question they are asking in how many minutes the container will be empty. Round off your answer to the nearest minute. Okay, how many minutes it will take to make the full container empty. Okay, some decimal value if you are getting the finally means we have to make it round off they are asking. I think you all understand this question, isn't it? Students, one more time I will explain the question shortly. They are taking one cone. That cone is fully filled with petrol, and they are going to open the bottom. By that the petrol is going to release outside. So how much minute it will take to make the container empty? That is the question. We have to make the answer round off. Okay, now we'll start the solution. Here we are talking about what? Container. We are talking about cone. In that petrol they are using. So which means what? We are talking about volume of the cone. Okay. So we are talking here conical container which is cone. Radius they are given 10 meter. Height h is 15 meter they are given. Okay. Volume of petrol in the container. How much volume you are in the cone you are having? Will you know? We don't know. Now only we are going to find. So volume of the petrol in the container is equal to volume of a cone. Okay. Volume of a cone formula what I told previously? 1 by 3 pi r square h. If you take 1 by 3 then what formula it is? It is a cylinder volume formula. Volume of the cylinder formula is pi r square h. If you put 1 by 3 then what formula is this? Volume of a cone. Okay. Now volume of a cone formula is 1 by 3 pi r square h. 1 by 3 I have written as such. Pi value is 22 by 7. Radius what they have given? Radius is 10 meter. So r square means 10 into 10. Height is 15 they are given. So into 15. Clear? After cancelling, what are the values I am getting? 22 into 10 into 10 into 5 divided by 7 I am having, isn't it? After multiplying, I am getting the volume what? 11,000 divided by 7 meter cube. I am getting the volume. Okay, but in the question they are given the rate of release the petrol. Okay, 25 meter cube. See, it is also in the volume form. Meter cube. When you are get the measurement in cube, when it is giving the volume, that time only you will put the meter cube. Cubic units will be writing. Isn't it? This line they have given in the question itself. The rate of release the petrol 25 meter cube per minute. Clear? But in the question, what they are asking, how much time it will take to make the container empty. That only we need. We need time, isn't it? So total time taken to empty the container is equal to, first how much petrol is there in the container we have to know. So that is total volume of a petrol that I have written divided by, okay, how much per minute, how much it is releasing, that they have given in the question. So divided by rate of releases. Clear, students, all of you? Total volume of the container divided by how much rate it is, how much minute it is going per minute, how much it is going to release. We have to divide, means we will get the total time taken. Okay, so total volume of the petrol what we have got, 11,000 by 7 meter cube divided by rate of release. How much? What is the rate of release? 25 meter cube by minute per minute. Okay, now 11,000 by 7 into, here 25 only we are having, since we are no denominator, I am itself considering the denominator as 1. So for division, another division we are having, it will become what? Reciprocal. Isn't it? So 11,000 by 7 into 1 by 25. This meter cube, I have written meter cube by minute is there. No. So this also it will become reciprocal. So minute by meter cube. Clear all of you what I am saying? So 11,000 and 25 I am cancelling. After cancelling, I am getting 440 in the numerator. Minute alone divided by 7. So 440 if you are dividing by 7 means what answer I am getting? 62.85 minute. But in the question they are asking to make the round of answer. So 62.85 minute means we can consider that as 63 minute. See, I have written there approximately symbol. So approximately it is taking 63 minutes to make the container empty. Clear, students, all of you, this program? Students, fifth question. See your book, all of you. I am going to read the question from the book. You also see the question. Students, a right angle triangle. Okay, right angle triangle means what triangle we have to take? Yes, we have to take the 90-degree triangle. Okay, so a right angle triangle whose sides are 6 centimeter, 8 centimeter and 10 centimeter. Okay, they are asking to take right angle triangle and they have given the measurement 6 centimeter, 8 centimeter and 10 centimeter. But they didn't told about where this 10, where this 6 and where this 8 has to be placed. Okay, but we know in a right angle triangle which is the longest side. Yes, this is the longest side. The hypotenuse is the longest side. So among the three number, which is the biggest number? 10. So the hypotenuse side should be as to contain 10 here. Okay, they are given three numbers. We don't know where to fix the three numbers. But we know right angle triangle means the longest side is the hypotenuse side. So that should have to have a big number. So among these three numbers, the 10 is the big. So I have kept for this 10 for this hypotenuse side. Then remaining two numbers I am having 6 and 8. Isn't it? This 8 and 6 wherever you want you can write it. Clear? Clear now? Yes. Now I am going to read the remaining question. A right angle triangle whose sides are 6 centimeter, 8 centimeter and 10 centimeter is revolved about its side containing the right angle in two ways. Students, they are asking to fix one side and they are asking to rotate the another side. Okay, the students, do you remember in part 1 session the same model we have did there also. But when we are solving the part 1 session, we did by the curved surface area. Okay, so here we are going to do by volume. Here students, what I am saying? Students, here I am going to rotate the cone in two ways. Okay, in two ways I am going to rotate but in the two ways I have to contain the right angle triangle. Okay, after rotating the two ways, then the question they are asking, find the difference in volume of the two solids so formed. Okay, after finding the volume of the first triangle cone and as well as the second cone, they are asking the answer in difference. Difference means what? Subtract. You have to subtract and then only we have to give the volume. Difference in two volume they are asking. Can you able to understand? They have given right angle triangle and they have given the measurement and they are asking to rotate this triangle. When by that rotating you will be formed one cone. So like that they are asking to rotate two times. Then after find an answer you have to subtract. Both the answer you have to subtract and you have to produce the answer. That's it. That only they are saying the question. I think now you all understood the question. Isn't it? Now we'll move to the solution. See, first I am going to rotate about AB. Okay, rotate about AB means what? This AB I am going to this side, I am going to rotate. When I rotate, this C will come this side. Okay, so if I am rotating, it will come like this. I am revolving like this. Okay, now this is the what? Base. Isn't it? So now this is the base and when I am rotating it forming a cone. So cone means it is a base will be the circle. So this 8 will become what? Radius. Isn't it? When I am rotating it forming a cone. When it forming a cone, the base of the cone will be circle. So when it is a circle, the base will be what? It will have the radius. So 8 here is the radius. Okay, then the height of the cone we are having 6. So only I have written 6h here 8r. Can you able to understand it, students? Yes. Now radius r equal to 8 centimeter, height h is equal to 6 centimeter. Okay, volume of your cone is equal to, what is the formula volume of your cone? 1 by 3 pi r square h. We know radius and as well as height value we know. Okay, students, here itself I am not going to substitute the pi value. I am going to take it till the last solution. Okay, till the last step I am going to keep the pi as itself. Only finally I am going to substitute the value for 22 by 7. Okay, now 1 by 3 into pi, radius is what? 8 square. So 8 into 8, height is 6. Okay, I am cancelling this 3 and 6. What will I get now when I am cancelling 3 and 6? I will get 2, isn't it? See, I have cancelled. After cancelling, I am getting pi into 8 into 8 into 2. After multiplying 8 8s are 64. 64 into 2 is 128. Okay, that pi, since I am calculating volume, so I have to write the square units in cube. I have to write in cubic units. So here centimeter cube I have written for volume. Clear, students? When I am rotating the side AB, I am getting the volume is what? 128 pi centimeter cube. Clear? The next, which side I am going to rotate means I am rotating about BC side. Okay, now this line I am going to rotate. So now when I am rotating, I will get this side one cone. Okay, when I am rotating, I will get the shape of a cone. Now observe the cone. Now where is having the circle? Where is the base of the cone we are having? This is the base of the cone. isn't it? Base of the cone is circle. If it comes with a circle, then we will be having radius. Now the radius is 6 and the height has become 8. Clear? Previously, if you see, 6 is the height and 8 is the radius. Now, R 6 is the radius and 8 is the height. It has interchanged. Radius and height, we have to make it interchange. Clear? Now, the same formula. Volume of your cone is what? 1 by 3 pi r square h. 1 by 3 into pi. Radius is 6. Since we are having square, 6 into 6, height is 8. Okay, again I am cancelling here 3 and 6. What will I get now? I will get pi into 2 into 6 into 8. So which is 2 into 6 is what? 12. 12 into 8 is what? 96 pi centimeter cube. That is the volume when I am rotating the side BC. That is the volume of the cone when I am rotating the side BC. Now I have got two volume of the cone. But in the question what they are asking? They are asking the difference in two volume. Okay, among the two volume, which volume is big? First volume, when I am rotating the side AB, I am getting the volume as 128 pi centimeter cube. So that volume you have to write first and then minus, difference means subtract, minus this, when I am rotating the side BC, I am getting the volume 96 pi. So I am writing that second. Clear? Both having pi, so I am taking the pi commonly out. 128 minus 96. If you subtract 128 minus 96 means we will be getting 32 into pi. So 32 into pi value now only I am substituting here. Here students, in the first also you can substitute, but it will come in some decimal value, no need that. Okay, to avoid that I am substituting here last. Pi value is 22 by 7, 32 into 22. If you multiply, I am getting 704 divided by 7. Okay, when I am dividing 704 by 7, I am getting the answer as 100.57 centimeter cube. So write the last line. Therefore, difference in two volume is 100.57 centimeter cube. That is the difference in two volume of the cone. Students, when I am multiplying, when I am dividing, since I don't have the space, I am not doing. But you have to do it in your classwork. Only then you can do, you will get the practice of solving it firstly. Clear students, all of the fifth question? Students, eighth question. See the question in your book. A solid sphere and solid hemisphere have equal total surface area. Prove that the ratio of their volume is 3 root 3 is to 4. Can you able to understand the question? Students, in the question, they have given the total surface area of a sphere and as well as the total surface area of the hemisphere are equal, they have given. Can you able to understand? They have given a solid sphere and solid hemisphere have equal total surface area. We have to prove their volume of the sphere and volume of the hemisphere. If you are dividing means the ratio will be 3 root 3 is to 4 we have to get. We have to prove like that. Can you able to understand it? Yes. Since in the question they are saying DSA of the sphere and DSA of the hemisphere are equal, I have written DSA of a sphere is equal to DSA of a hemisphere. DSA of a sphere formula is 4 pi r square. DSA of hemisphere formula is 3 pi r square. Students, why I have written here capital R and here small r means to make it differentiate. Okay, for sphere you will be having separate radius. Similarly for hemisphere you will be having separate radius. So both are not same. If I write here also small r, then it will become both are same, isn't it? To make it differentiate, I have written capital R and small r. If you need, you can instead of capital R small r, you can take R1, R2 also. No problem in that. Okay, but you should not write the same. Here capital R means there also you should not write capital R. Now clear students? Now see what are the values I am cancelling? I am cancelling the pi here and also here. So what is there? Capital R square and bringing the small r square down is equal to 3 and taking the 4. What they are saying, we need first capital R value and small r value, isn't it? Now I don't want this square, so I'm going to take square root on each term. I'm going to take the square root. Okay, see, square root of capital R square divided by square root of small r square equal to square root of 3 divided by square root of 4. Clear? So in after taking the square root, what it will become? The square and square root will get cancelled. Really the square and square root will get cancelled. We get root 3 divided by root 4. Answer is what? 2. Clear? So capital R is root 3 and small r is 2. We have got. But in the question they are asking ratio of their volume, we have to get 3 root 3 is to 4. Ratio means how we will write usually. Ratio means we will be writing in the divide form. Okay, here we are talking about what are the shapes, sphere and as well as the hemisphere. So ratio of their volume means volume of the sphere by volume of a hemisphere. Okay, so volume of the sphere formula is what? 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, volume of hemisphere is 2 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, now both the radius should not be same, so I have taken again capital R and small r. Okay, I am cancelling the pi. 4 by 3, 2 by 3 when it comes to numerator it become reciprocal. So it has become 3 by 2. Then capital R divided by small r. For both the thing we are having cube, isn't it? I am taking whole cube. Next, after cancelling, I am getting 2 into capital R by small r. What value we are having there down? Root 3 by 2 we are having. Capital R by small r is what? Root 3 by 2. So, instead of capital R by small r, I am writing root 3 by 2. Outside that cube I have written. Clear? So 2 into root 3 cube means what? Root 3 into root 3 into root 3. 3 times we have to write root 3 divided by. Similarly 2 cube means what? 2 into 2 into 2. I have cancelled 2 and we know root 3 into root 3 is just 3. Isn't it? See, I have written in the bracket in the side. So 3, one more root 3 is left. So 3 root 3 divided by 2 2s are 4. Okay, or it is in the divide form means we can write in the form of ratio. So what answer we have got? 3 root 3 is to 4. That only we have to prove the ratio of the volume. What we have to get? 3 root 3 is to 4. And we have proved, isn't it? So right ends proved. Clear students, all of you, the 8th question.
Students, see the 9th question in your book. The outer and the inner surface area of a spherical copper shell are 576 pi centimeter square and 324 pi centimeter square respectively. Find the volume of the material required to make the shell. Students, what they have given in the question is outer surface area value they have given as 576 pi, and they have given inner surface area value is 324 pi centimeter square they have given. Okay, these two lines they have given in the question. After giving the two line and they were asking us to find the they were asking find the volume of the material, how much volume of the material required to make the shell. Okay, we want to find the volume of the sphere at last. Okay, for what reason they are given outer surface area value and inner surface area value means, see, for what is the volume of the sphere formula, what is the volume of here, since they are asking, we are talking here about outer surface area and inner surface area, then the sphere will be what? It is a hollow sphere. Okay, so hollow sphere means what is the volume of a hollow sphere formula? 4 by 3 pi capital R cube minus small r cube. That is the volume of a hollow sphere formula. Students, now
if you see here, whether in this question they are given capital R value? No. Whether they are given small radius, inner radius they are given? No. Nothing they are given. But instead of that giving direct answer, they are given outer surface area value is 576 pi. Okay, centimeter square, which means that is not volume, that is a area. Okay, so area means for the sphere you will be having both curved surface area and total surface area, both are same only, which is 4 pi r square. Okay, since we are talking here outer surface area means we are taking capital R. So in that formula 4 pi capital R square we have to take. Here the value is 576 pi. Pi I have cancelled. This 4 I have divided. After cancelling I am getting R square is 144. If I take square root I need capital R value only. So I am taking square root means I am getting capital R is equal to 12 centimeter. Clear? Using the outer surface area value I have got the outer radius, which means capital R I have got. Next, using the inner surface area, what value I can find? Inner radius I can find, which means small r I can find from that. See, inner surface area formula is what? Same only. Here we have taken capital R, there we are going to take small r square. But anyhow the formula is 4 pi r square only. Okay, for that the value they are given in the book is 324 pi. Again I am cancelling pi, I am taking the 4 to divide form, then I am cancelling, I am getting r square equal to 81. So if you take square root, r value will get 9 centimeter. Clear students? Using the outer surface area, I have got capital R. Using the inner surface area, I have got the small r. Capital R is 12, inner surface area small r is 9 centimeter. Okay, now we have got both capital R and small r. In the question, they were asking the volume of the material required. Okay, so volume of the material required is equal to volume of a hollow sphere. Okay, this volume we have to know, isn't it? Volume of a sphere, volume of a hollow sphere formula is what? 4 by 3 pi capital R cube minus small r cube. Okay, we know what is capital R cube, we know what is small r cube. All the values I am going to substitute here. Okay, 4 by 3 pi, capital R is 12, so 12 cube minus small r is 9, so 9 cube. So 4 by 3 pi, students see I am not substituting here pi value because here 22 by 7 will not cancel here. So I am bringing down, at last only I am going to substitute that value. 12 cube means 1728, 9 cube means 729. Okay, after subtracting both the value I am getting 999. Pi value is 22 by 7. 4 by 3 into 22 by 7 into 999. This 3 and 999 will get cancelled. Amount cancelled, we are getting 333. So 4 into 22 into 333 if you multiply, I am getting 29,304 divided by this denominator 7. Okay, after dividing this to 29,304 by 7, I am getting the answer as 4186.29 centimeter cube. That is the volume of the material required to make the shell. Clear students, all of you, the 9th question. I am going to read the 10th question from the book. You also see the book so that only you will understand what I am saying. Clear? See the question. A container open at the top in the form of a frustum. Okay, frustum of a cone of height 16 centimeter with radii of its lower and upper ends are 8 centimeter and 20 centimeter respectively. Find the cost of milk which can completely fill the container at the rate of 40 per liter. Students, what they are saying the question means a container at the top in the form of a frustum of a cone. Frustum from where we have derived? From frustum we have derived from the cone only. Okay, frustum means, I told you in the last session itself, it will be in the shape of a bucket. Okay, now consider this is a bucket. Okay, students. Now I am going to explain the question now. First, listen it carefully. Okay, this is one bucket. For the bucket, they are telling the top is open, which means so that only we can pour the milk inside from the top, isn't it? Which means the bottom should be closed. Here it is closed, here it is open. Okay, they have given the base radius, which is the lower radius is what they have given means 8. The upper radius capital R they have given us 20 centimeter. And the height of the frustum also they have given us 16 centimeter. Okay, they were asking how much volume it will hold. In this bucket, how much liter of milk we can pour. First we have to find, which means volume of the frustum we have to find. And then suppose, for example, I am telling, suppose if this bucket is holding 8 liter. Okay, suppose I am telling example. Suppose if this bucket is holding 8 liter of milk means they are saying in the question the cost of 1 liter milk is rupees 40. Okay, the cost of 1 liter milk, what they are saying, 40 rupees. So, if the bucket is holding 8 liter means then what will be the total cost of this milk, they were asking in the question. Like that only they are asking. Can you able to understand the question? First we have to find the volume of the frustum and that answer you have to multiply with the 40. Clear, students, all of you? Yes. See, they have given the question, height of the frustum is 16 centimeter, lower radius small r is 8 centimeter, upper radius capital R is 20 centimeter, volume of the milk container. Milk container is what now? Milk container is the frustum. So, which is equal to volume of your frustum. Okay. So, volume of the frustum formula is what? 1 by 3. From frustum where we are deriving? We are taking from the cone. So, what is the volume of the cone formula? 1 by 3 pi r square h. What is the volume of the cone? 1 by 3 pi r square h is the volume of the cone formula. The same only 1 by 3 pi h. Instead of r, how many radius we are having for the frustum? We are having 2 radius. We have to add the 2 radius. See, capital R square plus small r square plus capital R into r. Like that only you have to by God. Okay, frustum means we are taking from the cone. What is the volume of the cone? 1 by 3 pi r square h. Like that same 1 by 3 pi h. Since here we are having 2 radius, write capital R square plus small r square plus r into r. That is the volume of your frustum formula. Here students, for this formula we are having all the value, h value, capital R, small r, all the values we are having here. I am going to just substitute here. Okay, I am not going to substitute the pi value at the first, at the final step only I will substitute the pi value. Okay, students, like this if you are solving means you will be not get confused. Starting itself, when you have to substitute in the starting itself pi value means by 22 by 7. So in that multiply 7 table any number is coming and it is easy to cancel in 7 table means by that time you can write here pi value first itself. If no number is getting cancelled, we can keep the pi value till the last step and we can proceed it in the last step. Here 1 by 3 pi into height is 16, capital radius is 20, small radius is 8. So 20 square plus 8 square plus capital R into small r. So 20 into 8. 1 by 3 pi 16, 20 square is 400, 8 square is 64. 20 into 8 is 160. Okay, 1 by 3 pi into 16, 400 plus 64 plus 160. If you add all the 3, you will get 624. Clear? Now, what I am going to do is I am multiplying and first I am cancelling 3 and 624. What we will get? See, I have cancelled 3 and 624. I am getting 208. Okay, so I am multiplying 22 into 16 into 208. If I am multiplying, I am getting 73,216 divided by 7. Students, if you divide 73,216 by 7 means we will get the answer as 10,459.43 centimeter cube. That is the volume of the container. Students, since they are telling per liter cost is 40 rupees. But we have found the volume in centimeter cube, that we have to convert into liter form. So how we have to convert the liter form? See, volume we have got this. We know 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube, we know. Isn't it? Since we are having the smaller value, when we go to the higher value, it will be what we have to do. We have to divide. So volume is equal to 10,459.43 divided by 1000 to convert the centimeter cube into liter. Clear? So when I am dividing 1000, I am getting what? So see, denominator how many 0 I am having? 3 0. So I have to move the decimal towards the front 3 0. See here 9, if it goes here 5 4. So what will I get? 10.45943 liter I will get. Isn't it? See, I am going to take only the after decimal 3 number, it is enough. Here after the decimal I am going to take only the 3 numbers. So our volume is equal to 10.459 liter. Okay, they are asking cost of the milk. Total, that bucket is full of milk. What is the total cost of that milk, they were asking. So total cost of the milk is equal to volume of the frustum into rate. Volume of the frustum, what answer we have got? 10.459 liter into per liter cost is what? 40. So multiplying means I am getting the answer as 418.36. That is 4 rupees 418.36. That is the answer, which is 36 paise. Here students, all of you, this 10th question. Students, in exercise 7.2 we have completed 10 problems, and in the 10 problems I am going to give you 3 of the problem for your homework. Students, second problem, 6th problem and 7th problem in exercise 7.2 we are going to do as homework. Students, all the 3 problems are very simple and will take only half a page. It is very simple. Only thing is you have to understand the question and you have to apply the certain formulas. Clear students? Students, one more time I am telling, don't by God blindly the formulas. Understand the concept and compare the 2 formulas and then you read, so that it will enter into your mind very easily. You will not get confused also. Students, with this I am completing the part 2 session. Exercise 7.3 will be continuing in the next part 3 session. Thank you students.